It began like any ordinary morning, until I saw the envelope lying perfectly centered on the kitchen counter. My name was scrawled across it in his distinct handwriting, sharp and unmistakable. At first, I assumed it was nothing more than a quick note. Maybe he'd left early for work, or gone to check on his mother. But the moment my fingers brushed the paper, a weight settled in my chest. It felt heavier than any envelope should. The stillness in the house wrapped around me, dense, pressing, almost hostile. No shoes by the door. The bed left unmade. Small things, but they screamed at me. Holding it, my hands began to tremble. Something in me knew this was final. It had the quiet dread of a sky just before a storm breaks. I opened it with slow, unsteady fingers. At the top of the page were just 2 words. Goodbye, Emma. The rest unfolded like a confession, but not his. His sentences were precise, measured, each one slicing a little deeper. He wrote that he had known for a while, ever since the night I came home carrying the scent of another man's cologne, the night I swore I'd been working late. He had clocked the phone calls I took behind closed doors, the extra showers, the girls' nights that weren't. He saw through all of it. What destroyed me wasn't that he knew. It was that he stayed silent. He waited, giving me the chance to tell him. He watched as I became a stranger he could no longer reach, until nothing of the woman he'd loved remained. He didn't say he hated me, and that, somehow, was the deepest cut. If he had shouted, slammed doors, thrown words like knives, I could have called it punishment. Instead, his tone was calm, broken yet steady. He wrote that he loved me enough to let me go, because staying would ruin us both. And in that moment, I finally saw the truth. I had already ruined everything. I slid to the floor, clutching the letter, sobs shaking through me. It wasn't just guilt. It was the crushing weight of what I'd destroyed. I had traded something true, steady, and irreplaceable for something hollow and temporary. The man I betrayed wasn't simply my husband. He was the one who folded my laundry without being asked, rubbed my back when anxiety kept me awake, remembered how I liked my coffee, and kissed my forehead every night. I thought he didn't notice, but he noticed everything. I called him. No answer. I went to his office, only to be told he'd taken indefinite leave. This wasn't impulsive. He had planned his escape, not from rage, but from heartbreak. Days bled into weeks, then months. Friends told me he'd moved to a smaller town, starting over. He never badmouthed me. He simply said it hadn't worked out. I eventually wrote back, not with excuses, but with the last truth I had. I was wrong. I loved him, and I destroyed what we had because I didn't know how to hold it. He never replied. I never expected him to. He'd already said goodbye. That letter still rests in a drawer I never open. A reminder of what real love is: quiet, attentive, patient, and gone when you fail to notice it.